Howdy, folks. I'm mythical, amazing, radical Yarn.
I'm a braided Amber.
And here's some threads of Reddit. Poor Amber. She fell and hurt herself.
Yes, I'll tell you all about it during tea time.
Alright, folks. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Getting a New Job Just to Break Down My Husband's Ego a Bit? My husband got a well-paying job about 8 months ago. Since then, he has become a bit full of himself and started acting, well, very weird with me and around others. He now acts like everything is paid for by him, despite me having an above-average salary too, and us sharing finances. At first, it was nice things, like him bringing me flowers, taking me out for dinner, booking us a spa weekend, but then, suddenly, everything was about him treating me, the smallest things too. I had to listen to his pick yourself a nice, insert literally anything here. I will buy you anything. Even at the freaking cheese counter. The normal things that we bought before too were now suddenly treats from him. For example, softer toilet paper I like. I tried talking to him about it multiple times, but he didn't understand the problem. He acted like this in front of others too. Everyone had to know how much money he made and how lucky I was to be treated so well by him. The last straw was when some friend of a friend said something sexist, like, women are really good at spending all the money that we men make, right? And my husband just laughed and replied that he knows it very well. He just bought me an expensive new bike and I barely even ride it. The mentioned bike was bought partially by the money I got from selling my old bike, and the rest of it was paid with the bonus that I received at my job. That was when I decided to start looking for a better paying job for myself. It took about 3 months. I got rejected a ton, and I didn't tell my husband I was interviewing. I got lucky, and I got the job offer with just a slightly higher salary than my husband's. Instead of being happy, my husband said that he felt betrayed by me. He accused me of being petty and not being able to handle him making more money than me, despite him trying to make me feel like his money is mine too. When I told him that he did the exact opposite, he said that he was just happy that he could finally contribute to our marriage too, referring to how my parents paid for our down payment. I think him not being happy about my new job really shows that I was right all along. But on the other hand, it's true that I only started looking for a new job out of frustration with him. Am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. And I would say that, OP, even if you didn't bring in a salary, if you're contributing to the household, that money is your money too. So for him too, first of all, take literally something you bought with your own money and be like, well, I bought this for her. Like, that's really gross. Mm-hmm. But, like, again, it doesn't matter if you made a lesser salary. You're still contributing to the household in all kinds of ways. And so it's a really gross attitude for him to have in general. And, like, I don't know what else you do. I mean, you talk to him, but he's unreceptive.
Yeah, I think that there's just major issues here at play. I think that your husband needs some therapy. I think he needs some counseling, and he needs to sit down and understand why he feels like he needs to rub finances in your face when he's finally earning more money. This isn't a good partner. This is someone who's trying to degrade you and treat you poorly, and that, like, you don't matter. He's acting like you earning less than him is you earning no money at all.
Exactly, and contributing nothing. Like, oh, I'm doing everything. This is all me.
Yeah, and that's a really terrible attitude to have. So I don't think that you're in the wrong at all, OP. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Cloud King 15 says, not the jerk, he used his new job to shift the power dynamic. His success doesn't come at your expense. And now, instead of being happy that you both make a lot of money, he's upset. Nope, that's what he gets. And he needs to learn to be happy with your successes instead of getting upset that he's not top dog anymore.
Yeah, I never got the whole, like, if your household is making more money, why would you be upset?
Yeah, he's treating it like it's a zero-sum game, when it's actually like a much bigger sum game. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk because I kept my ex-girlfriend's dogs? My ex and I split up last year in the summer. She took off with some guy and left me with her dogs. I managed to get a hold of her and I asked her what to do with the dogs. She said that she wasn't coming back and that I should rehome them. Since I already take them to the vet and stuff, it wasn't that difficult to get a chip transferred in my name, and I paid the dog's registration fee this year in my name. So now I have 2 dogs that are well trained and already like each other. I guess things didn't work out with her ex because she is back in town. She saw me and my girlfriend out walking my dogs and she's unhappy. She said that I was supposed to rehome them, and since I got them from her, she had the final say on their disposition. She said that I'm a jerk for keeping something so meaningful from our relationship. I just like the dogs, more than I liked her, to be honest, but I don't think that I'm the jerk for not putting my dogs in a situation where they might get put down or adopted by someone who isn't a good match for them. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Animals are family. You can't just, dispose of them when they're inconvenient. And so, I don't like her attitude in general. But then, especially to be like, well, you should just get rid of them because I don't like this. They're treating them like property instead of animals.
Yeah. I think that this is really problematic of an attitude that she has. She told him to, rehome them, and he did. Yeah. He rehomed them in his home, and that's what he did. So I don't think she has any room to complain at all. So, no, OP, I don't think that you're the jerk. I think you're a good person for giving these dogs a loving home. Take care and good luck. And Hodgepodge Head says, not the jerk. Told you to rehome the dogs, so you did. To yourself. And I share that. I actually hadn't read any of these comments, so I actually like that was the top comment. All right, folks, our last letter is titled, I, a 41-year-old female, don't want to attend my ex-husband, a 41-year-old male's wedding, but I don't know what to do. This is a throwaway. I don't know if I will be called petty, jealous, and all sorts, but I don't care because I know I'm not. I just think that this is weird to attend an ex's wedding. My ex is getting married in May. I'm actually happy for him, but I was surprised when he insisted that I attend the wedding. And the reason he gave me is that he wants our 2 children, 3 and 5, to be at the wedding, and who would take care of them. I asked why not one of his sisters or my ex-mother-in-law who can watch them. He was silent for a while and just said no. They would be too busy, and he didn't trust them to watch the children the whole day. I said I will think about it, and I actually was never going to think about it. My answer was no. Well, the next day, I called my babysitter, who I've known since my oldest was born, and I explained everything to her. She agreed and said that she was actually excited, so I called my ex and I told her the news. He was very angry and started saying that I'm being difficult. He doesn't want the babysitter there. I'm selfish for trying to ruin his happy day that he wanted to share with his babies. I told him that I was going to pay for the babysitter, but he got even more upset and asked why I couldn't just do this for him. His fiancée texted me that I was being petty and jealous and trying to ruin their day. I didn't answer her because I don't care if she thinks I'm jealous or not. Some other people, including my ex-mother-in-law, called me and said that it was a good thing that her ex only trusted me with our children and he is a good dad. What am I missing here? I texted my ex that I didn't give any care about his wedding being ruined or not. I'm not attending. Now I'm being called a jealous jerk. I don't know what to do. I don't want to ruin his day, but I just don't want to attend his wedding, but I also need to think about our co-parenting. It has finally started working, and I don't want to take a turn for the worse. Wow, I didn't expect people to care this much. Thanks to all the good advice. I'm contemplating the suggestions to simply call in sick the day before or tell them that I'm going to attend with a +1. The invitation actually said a +1, but everyone knows that I'm single. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. And there's some extra additional context, which this is, bad enough on its own. But the woman that her husband is marrying, ex-husband is marrying, is his affair partner. They divorced because he was having an affair. So I see there are 2 reasons for this. Either one, he wants OP there to have her unofficial permission to do it. Be like, oh, look, she's totally fine with this. Or 2, he wants to rub it in her face.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of both even. I think that OP is being used here as kind of oh, look, she's endorsing this wedding. Everything's all cool now, everyone. So don't worry. Even if I did cheat, I'm not that bad. And that's kind of how this reads to me a little bit. And what better bonus other than to like rub the relationship in OP's face? That's kind of my thoughts. Anyhow, take care and good luck. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke for us.
How do turtles talk to each other?
Well, you see, turtles don't have vocal cords. I know that probably is not true, but I'm just coming up with this off the top of my head. I'm going to assume, for the sake of simplicity, that turtles don't have vocal cords. And this means that they have a hard time vocalizing things in their throats. But that's not the only way you can make sounds. Like, there are all kinds of ways. You can make clacking sounds, right? You can clicks and stuff like that with your tongues. So I'm going to say that turtles communicate through Morse code.
By using shell phones.
That won't work. They don't have vocal cords. Unless it's like tapping. Maybe it's Morse code shell phones. And I have licorice spice.
And I promised I'd tell you about my injury.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the March Disney Bound Challenge this month, and I had this Daisy Duck look, and I had these stiletto heels, and our backyard is full of melting snow. So I went out to do pictures outdoors because the lighting's nicer. Coming back inside, and the snow starts collapsing on me. And these shoes are like very low to the ground, so like the snow was like slipping in my shoes, so my feet are all wet now. And so like I just slow-mo fall. Like I kept almost catching myself, and then Brian reaches to try and catch me, and didn't quite make it. So I had a very slow-mo fall and scraped my knee. So I'm not seriously injured. It's just a little scratch.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Happy Friday. Thank goodness the week is over. I don't know about you, but I need a break. Amber, we have a moral, and there is a story that needs a moral. What would that moral happen to be in the form of a riddle?
What has a voice but no say?
What has a voice but no say? I guess OP from story 1?
The ex who gave up the dogs.
Oh, the ex who Oh, I forgot about that story. I was like thinking it was going to be like the first story, and so I was like, I don't know what the answer is going to be here.
I honestly have forgotten the first story already.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.